Hi, everybody, it's Ms. Salazar, and welcome to Math. So, today we're going to be talking about inches. Now, when we talk about inches, you write the letters IN. IN is going to be the abbreviation for inches. When I say the word abbreviation, I mean that we are writing the word inches without actually writing the entire word. We're just using a few letters. So, inches is going to be IN, sort of like centimeters. You write the letters CM. Now, it's important for you to understand the difference between yards and meters. So, this is a picture of a yardstick. As you can see, inside of the yardstick, you have numbers that are quite big, and then the lines are very big, right? And then if you look at the meter stick, you have numbers, but they are a lot smaller, and the lines are a lot smaller. The reason for that is because meter stick has centimeters on the inside. So the meter stick uses centimeters on the inside, and the yardstick uses inches on the inside. Now, the difference is that the meter stick, if you're going to compare them in inches, the meter stick has 39 inches and the yardstick has 36 inches. Now, which one is longer? 39 or 36? 39 is longer. The meter stick is a little bit longer than the yardstick. The yardstick has only 36 inches, right? Here in the United States, and Puerto Rico is part of the United States, we use the yardstick when we are going to measure length. In places like Spain, Italy, um, France. So all those countries over there in Europe, in the other side of the world in Europe, so they use the meter stick. They use this to measure length. We use the yardstick. Both of them are very similar. Okay, both of them are very similar. Even though yardstick uses inches and meter sticks uses centimeters, if you're going to compare them in inches, the meter stick is just a little bit longer than the yardstick. And that's it, just a little bit longer. Okay, so remember, cm is going to be for centimeters, and you have this in your ruler. Well, actually, some rulers have it, others don't. That's why I have two different rulers, because the blue ruler only has inches and the wooden ruler has both. The wooden ruler has centimeters, which is the part that I'm showing, and then it has inches on the other side. And then this is a picture of a yardstick. This is the very long ruler, the wooden rulers that teachers have in their classrooms. So when do I use the following units of length? So if you're going to measure an object but you don't know what unit to use, you don't know if you should use inches or centimeters, when it comes to inches and centimeters, they are very similar. You can use inches if the object is the length of a ruler or smaller. So I'm going to go back. If you have an object that you are going to measure, you want to see how long it is, and the object is either the length of your ruler or smaller, then you can definitely use the inches to measure it. For example, the crayon is longer than 3 inches. You see the crayon, you see the ruler, it has inches, and you can see that the crayon is a little bit longer than 3, but it's not exactly at 4, right? It's not exactly 4 inches, right? But it's still pretty close to number 4. So we can say that the crayon is about 4 inches long, right? She's not exactly 3. She's a little bit longer than 3, but she's not exactly 4. She's not there yet, but she's pretty close to number 4. So we can say that the crayon is about 4 inches long. Now let's take a look at centimeters. It's the same thing. If you're going to use centimeters, you can use it if the object you are going to measure, if the length, right, of the object is the size or the length of a ruler or smaller. So I'm going to go back. If you're going to measure an object, and again, it's either the length of your ruler or it's a little bit smaller, then you can use centimeters to measure it. For example, the length of a key. So this key is 5 centimeters long. Now the paper clip, I'm not sure if you guys can see this, but the paper clip is a little bit longer than 3 centimeters, just a tiny little bit. But she's not exactly at 4, not yet. But because the paperclip is so close to number 3, we can say that the paperclip is about 3 centimeters long. Now, foot and yards. So here's the thing. You can use foot if the object is the length of a ruler or bigger. So 1 foot is going to be the size of your ruler. The size of your entire ruler is 1 foot. And a ruler has 12 inches. So 1 foot is going to equal 12 inches. If I'm going to measure this TV, this really old TV, I can use a ruler to do that, right? I can use a ruler to measure the length of my TV. So the length of my TV is 1 foot long. It is 12 inches long. Now, yards, right? You can use yards if the object is bigger than a ruler. If the object is big enough, then it would be measured with feet. So if you're going to measure something that it's pretty big and you don't have a lot of rulers to keep measuring, right? Or if it's just too big to keep measuring with a ruler, then you would use yards. And remember that yards is going to be that very long ruler that I showed you before. I'm going to go back. This is going to be the yard. Okay, so you can use yards if the object is bigger than a ruler. Now, a yard is going to equal 3 feet. So you can use a yardstick to measure how tall you are. You can use a yardstick to measure the length of your bed and stuff like that, right? So they are pretty big objects. Now, a yardstick is going to be 3 feet long. That means that the yardstick, I'm going to go back. That means that this yardstick is basically 3 rulers, right? If you take this ruler and you put it on this side, and then you put it again, and then you put it again next to the other ruler, then it's going to be the length of 3 rulers. That is going to be a yard stick, right? So 1 yard is going to be 3 feet long. Oh, yeah, the textbook pages. So these are the textbook pages that we're going to be discussing in class. And you guys have 2 videos in LMS. They explain estimating length in inches, feet, and yards. It's a really great video. I'm gonna go to the other slide. There is another video for you guys to watch, comparing and measuring lengths. Exactly. So this is another really great video for you guys to watch. It's an LMS. And then I'm going to show you guys your assessment. So this is going to be page 74 of your workbook. You're going to send this to LMS in PDF. It is worth 10 points and you have until February the 3rd to send this, okay? If you guys have any questions whatsoever, let me know, okay? Bye everybody.